Hi everyone. Welcome to Secrets Behind the Stars. All the details are in our video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and share the video before we dive in. Thank you so much. The revelation that sent a tremor through Turkish show business didn't arrive from a publicist or a co-star, but from a mother who finally chose to speak. After months of whispers following their every move, the first words from within the family came at last. Elçin Sangu's mother, breaking a long, careful silence, described Barış's Arctic in a way that instantly ignited every platform and headline. In a candid interview, she said, "We consider Barış a member of the family," a sentence that snapped the entertainment world to attention and made fans ask whether the moment everyone has been speculating about is now within reach. What happened next followed a rhythm that only true star power can create. The quiet hum of backstage chatter turned into a surge. Their overlapping social circles, their effortless presence at the same get-togethers, the way they seemed to drift toward each other in large groups as if on instinct, it all felt familiar to fans who have adored their on-screen magic and wondered if that glow ever lingered when the cameras stopped. Yet this time, the remark from Elçin's mother layered a new feeling on top of the curiosity. Warmth, assurance, the sense that this closeness hadn't just been noticed but embraced where it matters most. Friends close to the family insist there was no calculation in that statement. According to those who've seen the last few months unfold up close, Barış has made a number of quiet visits to the Sangu household, not staged or timed for effect, simply real moments among relatives, elders, and lifelong friends. They say he has been especially appreciated at those gatherings. The eye contact when an aunt tells a long story, the way he never sidesteps the small rituals of hospitality, the calm humor he brings to a living room full of people who grew up with Elçin. These are the kinds of memories a family keeps, and they're the kind that are hard to hide once they take root. In that interview, the words were clear and confident. "We support whoever makes her happy. Barış is a well-mannered, grounded man. He adapted to our family atmosphere with ease. We think very highly of him," Elçin's mother said. That kind of affirmation, tender yet decisive, ricocheted across entertainment sites and gossip columns within minutes. Some readers cheered, writing that the two have always felt like a perfect match. Others pushed back, arguing that calling him family was too big a leap without something official. But even those objections couldn't stop the conversation. If anything, the debate made the moment bigger. While the noise grew online, both stars held their public composure. Neither offered a formal statement. They didn't post a selfie together to confirm anything, nor did they move to shut the door on speculation. Instead, the clues lingered in plain sight: thoughtful captions, parallel stories, the gentle echo that happens when two people have friends in common who speak fondly of them both. Their frequent appearances at the same events, particularly in recent weeks, seemed less like coincidence and more like a path that kept bringing them side by side. And every time, that easy, unforced warmth stirred a question no one could put down: what if? Tonight, all eyes are on Elçin. The industry knows she is careful with her heart and measured with her words. How will she meet her mother's openness? Will she let the silence stretch, or will she take a step toward defining the feeling that so many already sense? Whether any change becomes official soon is unknowable, but there's no denying that this single sentence from a mother has opened a new chapter, one that promises many conversations, countless think pieces, and even more hopeful comments from fans who have been watching them for years. The consensus building behind the press desks and in boardrooms is striking. With the family's blessing out in the open, this closeness is bound to attract greater attention. It's not just about a rumor anymore, it's about a threshold crossed. Editors predict that, in the days ahead, their names will appear in tandem more often, their interactions analyzed frame by frame, their gestures interpreted with painstaking care. Those near them suggest this is not a sudden spark at all, but a warmth that has been quietly glowing for a long time, visible to anyone who knew where to look. Then came the part that makes the industry lean in, a second wave of confirmation that mirrored the first. Again, the unexpected source was the one person whose voice had not yet been heard, Elçin's mother, who, for years, kept her distance from any public speculation. Now, in remarks that reset the whole conversation, she repeated the sentiment with gentle certainty: "We consider Barış a member of the family." Hearing it again didn't dull the impact. If anything, it deepened it, turning a moment into a message. None of the couple's recent social moments escaped notice. Quiet dinners that happened to include mutual friends, charity evenings where they gravitated toward the same corner of the room, industry celebrations where their laughter seemed to land on the same beat, every sighting gained new meaning after that remark. Curiosity swelled further, not only among fans but also among producers and casting teams who know the electricity this pairing brings on any set. People around the family say a handful of evenings stood out most. There were nights when Barış was invited to small gatherings at the Sangha home, where conversations stretch late, heritage recipes are shared, tea is poured again and again, and the old photographs on the wall become part of the soundtrack. Those present remember him listening more than he spoke, respecting the pace of family talk, letting the elders set the tone. Before long, it felt normal to see him there. A detail that explains why, when the time finally came to speak, the words were so warm. In her interview, the mother didn't hesitate to add a line that got everyone talking: "We support whoever makes her happy." He is a true gentleman and blended into the family environment quickly. We feel genuine affection for him. Those phrases fed the headlines and became the spine of a bigger story. Could this be the moment when admiration, friendship, and history give way to something official? Supporters poured in with comments about how natural they seemed together. Skeptics insisted that family warmth doesn't necessarily mean romance. Yet the discussion, once started, found its own momentum. Neither star tried to redirect that momentum with a press note. Instead, signs continued to stack up where fans always look. Their posts lit up with subtle harmony. They cheered each other's projects with a quiet pride that feels instinctive, not strategic. They surfaced in the same places again and again, wearing soft smiles that don't need to be explained. People close to them say their friends share a similar view. Time spent together has been more frequent lately, and what once looked like overlapping schedules now feels like a choice. It has placed Elçin, once again, at the center of the public's most delicate curiosity. When a mother speaks, especially a mother who has long remained discreet, the ground shifts. Her candor didn't accuse or overreach, it simply reflected a reality she knows. The duo's frequent appearances at social events, their unforced ease among mutual friends, and a trail of intimate, tasteful posts have left almost no room for the old kind of rumor, the type built on wishful thinking alone. This moment carries a different weight, a sense that family and heart might at last be meeting in the same space. Insiders suggest that in recent weeks, Barış has been seen at family occasions where the mood is less about appearances and more about presence. A cousin's milestone, a birthday dinner marked by toasts and quiet jokes, a Sunday brunch where the door is always open. In those rooms he's praised for staying humble, for treating everyone the same, for never putting himself above the tradition he's being invited into. That grace, they say, is the reason the family's affection is now shared beyond the front door. In that same interview, Elçin's mother returned to the heart of her point: we stand behind whatever brings her peace. He is respectful, thoughtful, and he has adapted to our family with ease. Our view of him is wholeheartedly positive. Predictably, the tabloids turned the volume up. The lines were parsed, the tone examined, the implications stretched. The story went wide, and social platforms lit up again with earnest delight on one side and cautious critique on the other. For every fan saying this is the news they have dreamed of, there was another asking if everyone is reading too much into maternal affection. Yet even as opinions split, the facts of recent weeks have led to an unavoidable feeling. The rise in joint appearances, the shared rhythm of public support, the way their names keep finding each other in conversations. All of it suggests a closeness that isn't random. Friends who know them well describe it as respect deepening into something warmer. No declarations have been made, but the outline is visible, and the family nod makes that outline harder to dismiss. That's where the industry stands tonight, the brightness of two careers intersecting with a very personal glow. Will we see a clear step forward, a hand held a second longer in front of cameras, a sentence that transforms speculation into certainty? Or will they protect this space a little longer, letting it breathe away from the noise? Either way, the groundwork has shifted. The comment that started it all didn't just inflame gossip, it reframed a story that's been unfolding in plain sight. For now, what we know is simple and powerful. A mother who seldom speaks publicly chose her words with intention. She called him family. She described a comfort that doesn't happen by accident. She affirmed the way he carries himself among those who matter most. And the world listened, because when someone at the center of so much attention finally invites you into the living room, the room where truth feels at home, you take note. We'll be watching closely, just as you are, to see if that living room grace becomes a moment we all witness under brighter lights. Until then, the photographs, the quick glances, the whispered asides from friends, and the low hum of approval from home will keep this story very much alive. Family approval has a way of turning questions into possibilities. And possibilities, especially with two people like Barış Arduç and Elçin Sangu, are exactly what keeps this world spinning. That brings us to the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to Secrets Behind the Stars and share the video with friends who follow every twist of this tale. See you in the next one.